सरस्वती सुमति युक्त मुक्त देहो मोहि श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी
Hello, 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 hello.
तुझको ध्याया मन बिना की तारी टूटी मन बिना की तारी टूटी अब मैंने चादर ओढ़
go ahead, Gio.
Let me sing that. Let's sing a song. Let's sing a song here. Somebody.
मैया की ममता जी तज बाबा का प्यार ग्वाल बाल की मित्रता गोपियन की तज से सब परिवार को जज मुरली की तार अपने से मुख मोर के मथुरा हरि का ध्यान लगा मन मेरे मिट जाएंगे सब दुख तेरे सब दुख तेरे सुमिरन कर मिट जाएंगे सब दुख तेरे सब दुख हरि का
रन रंग धीरम राजीवने रघुवंशना कारुण्यरूपं करुणाकरं सूरज मंगल सोम प्रभु सुधा बुध और गुरु बंदायक तेरे राहु केतु की नाही गम्य था राहु केतु की नाही गम्य था संग सनीचर कोट छेड़ो जानकी नाथ सहाय हरे जग कौन विकार करे नर मेरो जानकी नाथ सहाय दुष्ट दुशासन विमल द्रौपदी दुष्ट दुशासन विमल द्रौपदी शीर उधर को अंतर प्रेम राहु केतु की नाही गम्य था दुष्ट दुशासन विमल द्रौपदी दुष्ट दुशासन विमल द्रौपदी शीर उधर को अंतर प्रेम ढाकी सहे करुणा निधि ढाकी सहे करुणा निधि बद गई चीर की हार जनीर जानकी नाथ सहाय हरे जग कौन विकार करे नर मेरो जानकी नाथ सहाय जाति सहे करुणा निधि जाति सहे करुणा निधि जाति जगत में पाद बने जाति सहे करुणा निधि जाति जगत में पाद बने रघुवंशी संतन सुखदाई रघुवंशी संतन सुखदाई तुलसीदास चरणन को फेरो जानकी नाथ सहाय हरे
Charlie, I want to give you a song here, right? But in this song, right? Ada watchman. Dia play drum. Just play away. Yeah. All your beats are there. Right? Let's get this song here. Sing one more now, then I'll get the song for you.
All right. Chang, we're going a little fast. But same power, yeah, we have some. But we have to be a little slow. I want my own music. Fast.
सावरिया मीते मीते बाजे मधुर तेरो बांसुरिया ओ प्यारो लागे देखो लागे ओ प्यारो लागे वृंदावन जहाँ है मेरो पाके देखो लागे वृंदावन जहाँ है मेरो तुलसी बिहार सावरिया नाचे राधा प्यार बजा दो मेरो बांसुरिया प्यारो लागे वृंदावन जहाँ है मेरो पाके बिहार देखो लागे वृंदावन जहाँ है मेरो तुलसी बिहार तेरे मुरलिया हो तेरे मुरलिया तेरे मुरलिया तेरे मुरली हो तेरे मुरलिया तेरे मुरलिया तेरे मुरलिया तेरे मुरलिया मीठी मीठी बोले मेरे जीवन की सारी ये खोले तेरे मुरलिया मीठी मीठी बोले मेरे जीवन की सारी खोले इसमें छिपा है गीता का ज्ञान इसमें छिपा है गीता का ज्ञान इसमें छिपा है सृष्टि का भान इसमें छिपा है सृष्टि का भान सावरिया नाचे राधा प्यारी बजा दो तेरो बांसुरिया प्यारो लागे देखो लागे वृंदावन जहाँ है मेरो पाके बिहार प्यारो लागे वृंदावन जहाँ है मेरो तुलसी बिहार राधा के संग रास रचाए यमुना तट पे कोए सराए राधा के संग रास रचाए यमुना तट पे कोए सराए कर में मुरली का मधुकारी कर में मुरली का मधुकारी जाकी चारों काम बांके बिहार जाकी चारों काम बांके बिहार सावरिया नाचे तन मन मोरा बजा दो तेरो बांसुरिया प्यारो लागे वृंदावन जहाँ है मेरो पाके बिहार देखो लागे वृंदावन जहाँ है मेरो तुलसी बिहार पर को वर्धन धार्यो इंद्र को मान भंग कर धार्यो पर को वर्धन धार्यो इंद्र को मान भंग कर धार्यो कर में मुरली का पढ़
मधुबन में तुम आया ना करो मोहन, हमारे मधुबन में तुम आया ना करो। जादू भरी बांसुरी बजाया ना करो, जादू भरी बांसुरी बजाया ना करो। हमारे मधुबन में तुम आया ना करो, हमारे मधुबन में तुम आया ना करो। They will enjoy that too.
Nice it.
Acharya, show
हो रही जय जय कार मंदर विच आरती जय मां हे पहाड़ा वाली आरती जय मां
singing with you. I enjoy singing with you. Honestly, I really enjoy singing with you. My dear friends, may I have your attention for just 1 minute? Leela Maharaj asked me to sing 2 favorite songs of his dear departed wife. And these 2 songs, I wanted to share the meaning of one of these songs with you, so that perhaps you'll appreciate why he wanted to hear this song, because this is a song she sang on so many occasions, even on this very platform where we are seated today. And the song says, Janam janam ka saath hai, nibhane ko sau baar maine janam liye. For keeping my company from one existence to another, 100 times I took birth. For keeping company from one existence to another, 100 times I took birth. Love is immortal in the world. Love never dies. Death comes to the body. The soul's manifestation abides. But love never dies. And this was a favorite song of Lilsi. And Bali asked me that if I would sing this song here today. So with the accompaniment of Charlie and Anil, we're going to attend this song. जन्म जन्म का साथ है निभाने को सौ सौ बार मैंने जन्म लिए जन्म जन्म का साथ है निभाने को सौ सौ बार मैंने जन्म लिए कोई गाए कैसा तेरा संसार मालिक, कैसा तेरा संसार। कोई रोए कोई गाए कैसा तेरा संसार मालिक, कैसा तेरा संसार। कोई समझ नहीं आए तेरा मालिक, कैसा तेरा कोई रोए कोई गाए कैसा तेरा संसार मालिक, कैसा तेरा उजड़ जाए जब रैन बसेरा पंछी उड़ धुकरा होए। उजड़ जाए जब रैन बसेरा पंछी फिर झुम रोए। कोई न जाने दर्द किसी का, सब मतलब में खोए। अंबर नीर बहाए धरती करे निहार मालिक, कैसा तेरा संसार। ओ कोई रोए कोई गाए कैसा तेरा संसार मालिक, कैसा तेरा इनके संग तूने रात बनाई, फूलों के संग नाचे। इनके संग तूने रात बनाई, फूलों के संग नाचे। जाने कहाँ किस जगत बैठ कर तू ये सुख
Leela Maharaj studio in Gastro there. Pawan TV now.
Hello. Hi. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Glad to have you.
Yeah, afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just here to be able to introduce Mr. Leela Maharaj, who's going to come and say a few words and share his memories and reflections with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Abdul. Ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, welcome. Welcome for taking your time from a rainy month, and the blessing God Almighty, be it Allah, Jesus, or Ram. My wife was part of that, holding up this weather here today. Ladies and gentlemen, this gentleman who sang these last songs here is just like a brother. I don't know when you know somebody over 60 years. And those two last songs he sang, Janam Janam, and the other song, I ain't so good in Indian yet. I'm looking for some lessons. They sang that for over 50 years in the Sai Baba movement. His name is Dr. Suraj Rambachan, and he came, a professor, and I was so happy to have a friend like him that grew up with my family for well over 50 or 60 years. And don't ask our age, please. But the lady across there, I knew over 60 years. I think Mr. Bahadur and his wife Kathleen will give you a little more on that, how we met and so on for about 55 years. I knew her going to school 5 years before we married, and we fought 2 years ago, and as we just heard from the Bhagavad Gita, we all come here with a purpose. When that purpose is finished, there is no excuse. You could beg how much you want, you could cry, you could kneel down. I want to do like Sadhguru earlier. Could I give a little joke? Pretending I'm Sadhguru. There was an Englishman, American, and a Trinidadian die, and they go on line up by St. Peter. When the Englishman went in, he said, "Where you from?" "England." "You good to go." "Hell." "American." "American." You good to go." "Hell." "Trinidadian." He said, "You catch too much hell." "Heaven." So ladies and gentlemen, I mean, after 50 months without a wife, what a life without a wife. We lost our mother, we lost our father and children. I want to challenge any one of you who have a wife for 50 years, how you will start to live without that wife or husband, no matter how much you quarrel and whatever misunderstanding. Father Dustin, Pastor Dustin, and that comment why married, ups and downs. So I don't know. I was blessed, and I want to make it abundantly clear. Whenever we travel with Crime Stoppers, I say it again, with Crime Stoppers, I took my wife with me, and she would have done, and the head of Crime Stoppers and the whole group named her the First Lady. They named her that Crime Stoppers. And because she get down there and take a part of the work with Crime Stoppers. The same went with the Friends of Arima Hospital. She worked and worked and worked. We spent $1 million with my brothers and members of the Crime Stopper group, Rotarians and everybody. But she was there with me, even in the Crime Stoppers fighting for the Arima Hospital. I won't go into the politics part because Mr. Dr. Rambachan was a friend, but they are great politicians, but there is some that is not so great. Because this particular minister did not feel it right to recognize the Friends of Arima Hospital, and all the supporting group that build Arima Hospital, that has a nest of PNM in Arima, and is the only big building we get in 60 years. We are now entering 60 years of independence. So today we are celebrating the Leela Maharaj. We have a next team here, which we traveled for the last 50 years. I also see Mr. Ghani here. This is the man, Sanam, only guest I had for my engagement 60 years ago. He set me up. Mr. Ghani, thank you for getting a great wife for me. Started 60 years ago with the engagement part, nevertheless. But there was another senior citizen in the 80s and 90s inside. I'm trying to get them outside, would travel with me all over the world. And I see here my friend who is who's my family. He's a big member of the Frontera group, Mr. Dave Saran. Maharaj, welcome back for my wife, Bhandara. My wife functioned this evening. My sister came from Canada just to celebrate these memories of Leela Maharaj. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all enjoy the evening. We have a nice little program, should be finished by 4 o'clock. But there's a lot of songs Dr. Rambachan had there. He might say what he has so much to say. Miss, you singing it out? Yeah, but there must be something. When you sing Janam, Janam, every hair is in my hand there. I'm looking for she all about that. So, nevertheless, with that, enjoy the balance of the evening. God bless you all for coming here today. And thank you again. The chairperson going to take over today is no other than Mr. Gideon Hanuman. It's our favorite radio name, TV star, movie star, politician, and handsome.
I agree with the last part. Thank you, Bali. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I think it is safe to say that we've had a tasty meal. And during the course of the meal, we've had what I would like to consider delicious musical bhojan from the stage. And I think you took the cue, because if it is that we are celebrating the life of Leela, then we do it with a lot of energy. So there's no need for solemnity this afternoon. Let us give the musicians and the caterers a round of applause. That is what Leela would have wanted. And I want to add, in addition to what Bali said of his loving wife, to those of us who were lucky enough to know her personally, she was caring and sometimes very funny, honest, pure, and a lover of life. She was devoted to her religion and loyal to her culture. And whilst we personally enjoyed many wonderful social moments at Sati and Bindra's home, perhaps the best was at the Taj in Delhi, when she sang Tumhi Meri Mandir, Tumhi Meri Puja. Not only for Bali, but all of us, including the former Prime Minister Basdev Pandey and his wife Oma. And through this memorial today, Bali is not only singing the song, the favorite song of his wife, but he is living its meaning. You are my temple, you are my prayer, you are my guide. And it is events like these that keep alive the earthly connection we enjoy with loved ones. The lesson of this memorial, therefore, is for us who have the time to reflect, to emulate, and to act. Let me, at the very start, recognize those who will be with us on the stage for the rest of the afternoon. Leela Maharaj on the keyboard. Pandit Anirudh Maharaj, singer, musician. Charlie Sugrim on the dholak and the tabla when necessary. And my dear friend, Dr. Suraj Rambachan, who is also a musician, singer. And it is no secret of my praise for Suraj Rambachan in all his configurations. I went to India with the Prime Minister Kamala Prasad Bisesa. Suraj Rambachan was the foreign minister. And he ended up at All India Radio for a live concert performance. And I remember the presenter saying that this is before an audience of millions of Indians across that subcontinent. And then Suraj sang and impressed everyone. And she asked Suraj Rambachan, Minister, do you know Hindustani? And Suraj said no. And she said, phenomenal. You are a genius. But we all knew that from before. So going to India and impressing the Indian people from whence we all came was not a surprise to me. During the time I will occupy before this microphone, there will be a few speeches, there will be some songs, to be able to reflect on Leela's life and to celebrate it at the same time. So, since we've had so much music so far, let me continue with the speeches and invite a friend of 53 years, Mr. Jiwan Bahadur, to share his reflections. Let's put our hands together for Jiwan.
Thank you, Mr. Master of Ceremonies, distinguished guests, hosts. Thank you very much, Bali, for this lovely evening. Ladies and gentlemen, friends and family. You know, as I stand here, I reflect on all the great memories that we had. Well, I always call Leela Lindsay, right? So I will say Lindsay now and probably mention that name over and over. But the thing is that Lindsay was really a great friend. As a matter of fact, she was a sister to both my wife and myself. We were transferred to Arima Rural Bank in 1970, the first quarter of 1970. And at that time, I was waiting for my house in the orchard. It was not quite ready. That was the rental house that I had in the orchard. And the bank put me up behind the bank, we had a manager's quarters. So I occupied that quarters for a couple of weeks. When the house was ready, I had my worldly possessions to move from Queen Street to the Orchard. And I asked the manager's secretary, I said, Mrs. Blanchard, do you know of someone who could help me to move these things? It was very little because we had just got married. My wife, Kathy, and she's from Montserrat, and we came together in Arima. So we had very few belongings at that time. And this gentleman came up. I had to say a gentleman because he was not only a gentleman, but he was a good-looking fellow, all right? I said, but Mrs. Blanchard, where you get this nice-looking man from? She said, don't worry now, man. He's going to help you. So he helped us, and we got home. And obviously, I went to him and I said, excuse me, sir. I didn't even know his name, eh? Excuse me, sir, how much do I owe you? He said, owe me? You don't owe me anything, right? I've done that as a favor to you and Kathy. I said, okay, well, nice favor. Anyway, I found out afterwards that he was Mr. Bali Maharaj. I said, but that is one of my big clients in the bank. But that is the humility of the man. And from that time onwards, we became very, very close friends. I mean, I remember visiting the family, the matriarch and the patriarch above the supermarket, right? Where we had many glorious evenings. So the friendship went on and on. And one day after my first daughter was born, we decided to go to Toko. Bali said, Jivan, we have a nice little place in Toko. Let's go and spend the weekend now. But you have to wait till the supermarket closes. So we literally went to Toko in the night in one of the panel vans, right? So what happened is that I had this little baby daughter. She was, about a month old? And I had a carry cot with her. So we took the carry cot. We said, well, she can't roll out of that. But there was no place in the van to put the carry cot. So we put it at the back of the van, right? And with all the stuff that we were carrying up for the weekend. When we got to Toko, a gentleman came to help us offload. So we opened the back of the van, and he opened it. I looked inside, and he said, oh, God, oh, lad, they have a child in a box. Well, that was the beginning of a lovely weekend. So again, these are the things that we always reflect on when we think about Lindsay and Bali and family, right? Ladies and gentlemen, there are so many things that I can speak about, but I wouldn't bore you today because there is so much love that we received from the Maharaj family. Bali and Lindsay were really like our brother and sister. And they welcomed Kathy to Trinidad. She was from the small island of Montserrat, and first time living in Trinidad. And she hasn't left. She is still here. So that must say something for us in Trinidad. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and I would like you to reflect on Lindsay and remember all the great things that she was for us when she was around. May she rest in peace.
Well, quite naturally, from what the former banker is saying, it seems as though Bali Maharaj has been making deals in the bank since a long, long time. But he has that kind of personality he has that kind of draw, that kind of pull. And whenever it appears that he has said something or done something to offend or annoy you, he has a particular smile that he introduces to the conversation that keeps you in line all over again. Thank you, Mr. Bahadur. And I take it you didn't have to give your wife Cascadoo to stay in Trinidad. So let us all thank Dr. Suraj Rambachan, who's just left. He has some urgent family commitments. We thank him for his contribution. He's leaving. And that means we have one singer on the stage until the others arrive. So let us punctuate the speeches with a bhajan, one or two, perhaps even three. I leave it up to Pandit Anirudh Maharaj.
Thank you so much, Jay. This last three songs of ours will be the final for the afternoon, because all of us, we have other engagements as well. So sadly, we have to leave you a little sooner than later, and I do apologize for that. But these last songs, really, really beautiful. And being that earlier on we sang so much beautiful bhajans, Dr. Rambachan and myself, he switched a little bit when he sang a beautiful film song dedicated to Auntie. And I want to continue along that trend. So these last three songs, film, folk, but I do hope that all of you enjoy them fully. On behalf of my accompanying musicians, Charlie G, Anil G, I want to say thank you so much to them for the wonderful accompaniment. कुछ रीत जगत की ऐसी है, हर एक सुबह की शाम हुई। तू कौन है, तेरा नाम है क्या? सीता भी यहाँ बदनाम हुई, फिर क्यों संसार की बातों से भीग गए तेरे नैना? कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे लोगों का काम है कहना, कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे लोगों का काम है कहना। चोरों बेकार की बातों में कहीं बीत न जाए रहना, कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे लोगों का काम है कहना। कुछ रीत जगत की ऐसी है, हर एक सुबह की शाम हुई। कुछ रीत जगत की ऐसी है, कौन है तेरा नाम है क्या सीता भी यहाँ बदनाम हुई फिर क्यों संसार की बातों से भीग गए तेरे नैना कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे लोगों का नाम है कहना हमको जो ताने देते हैं हम खोए हैं इन रंग रलियों में हमको जो ताने देते हैं हम खोए हैं इन रंग रलियों में हमने उनको भी छुप छुप के आते देखा इन गलियों में ये सच है झूठी बात नहीं दोनों ये सच है ना कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे लोगों का काम है कहना छोड़ो बेकार की बातों से भीग गए तेरे नैना कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे हाँ कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे हो कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे
So the Pandit will continue to sing in a little while. I was told that Pastor Clive Dutton, who is a friend of this family for a long time, has a wedding commitment a little later on, and we wouldn't want him to keep the bride waiting. So may I please request of Pastor Clive Dutton to come and offer his reflections. Put your hands together for Pastor Clive Dutton.
I understand, Bali. I have 4 minutes, so let me shoot one time. I regard Bali as one of the most outstanding citizens in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. And I'm a Christian pastor, and I'm saying that about a prominent, decent, dedicated, distinguished Hindu. And he loves people. I have used his land for Christian evangelistic meetings, you know, for 6 weeks and for 8 weeks. In fact, could I give you a little humor or something? One night I saw Baliram come to the program, and I told him, would he speak? You know, after Baliram speak, they don't want to hear me at all. Baliram take over the whole show. Now, on a very serious note, Mr. Brooks and I, we were comparing the years we know Bali. Bali, I think I met you when Mr. Pandey, Brother Gracious Host, Brother Gideon, when Mr. Pandey came into power, I met you because we had, we were concerned. I don't even remember the country in 1996. There was a concern that there could be civil unrest. Now that was not supposed to be so at all. There should be no concern. Because as a Christian pastor, I believe a prime minister could be a Baptist, could be a Muslim, could be a Hindu. I believe in beauty and diversity. And therefore, there should not have been a problem, but there were rumblings on the ground. If we want to be honest and face ourselves, you know, there was a certain section of the population who did not see, you know, a Hindu prime minister. And therefore, Bali and I recalled some others, Father Harvey was on the list, Noddy Clark was on the list, and we met up here several times, strategizing how to market diversity so people would not feel threatened because the prime minister is different from us. Wouldn't feel threatened. And wouldn't feel that it was unfair also. In fact, if a certain group is denied producing a prime minister, that is where the injustice had to be. So we went all around the country. We went to the schools. We had several meetings here. We conducted several interfaith services. And Bali was the driving force, not the pastors and the pundits. Bali was the driving force there. And as he said earlier on, his dear wife gave him noble support. She was, you know, Leela was just a tremendous woman. If you agree with me, put your hands together. She was just I listened to the banker just now. You know, when he spoke, I was almost green with envy. But I listened to him, and I concur, I affirm all that he has said. Now, I wrote recently, along with some others who are here, Hayden and Brother Jerry and the rest of them, I wrote on this, the Guardian and Express supplement, my appreciation for Leela Maharaj. And I want to tell you one thing, then I will sit down. The leader of my rehab center in Mathura is a guy called Keith Stewart. He was involved with drugs and guns, all right, for over 20 years. He is now clean for about 16 years, clean. So it is possible to overcome addiction once you are willing. But you know, yes, that is a fact. But you know something, ladies and gentlemen? Come. He has told me about his experience when he was a vagrant in Arima. And one of the first persons who reached out to him and gave him hope, you want to guess who it was? Leela Maharaj. In fact, Keith Stewart tells me, and he up to yesterday he told me the same thing. He feels the best manager of any company when it comes to treating workers properly with quintessential decency and class happens to be Leela Maharaj. He tells me that Leela Maharaj knows how to treat workers. Come on, give Bali a round of applause. And a lot of that success, all right, is attributed to Leela because she was the wind beneath his wings. By the way, you know what a friend is, huh? A friend is someone who lifts you up when your wings have trouble remembering how to fly. A friend is someone, and she was the best friend Bali could ever have had. And we empathize with him because you could tell by his opening remarks that he misses her tremendously. Leela reminds me of a Czechoslovakian novelist and pacifist. Her name is Berta von Svetner. She says after the verb to love, the verb to help is the most powerful word in the universe. And I concur with that. She loved and she helped. And she was quite happy to affirm and build, you know, and strengthen Bali in his business operations as a philanthropist also. I am saying this, Brother Chairperson, from the top of my heart, Leela Maharaj should get the highest order, the ORTT, in this country to celebrate our 60th anniversary. All right? I am saying that. I believe that. And if you believe that, I am leaving, but put your hands together. God bless you, and God bless you.
Thank you very much. Always a refreshing thought from Pastor Clive Doughton. And as he reminded us of that initial connection between Leela Maharaj and himself through Basdev Pandey, I think I remember telling Pastor Doughton, when Pandey asks someone to get in touch with you, it's for two reasons. One is membership in his UNC, and the other one is financial contribution for the party. Because obviously in those days, the name Doughton was a big name in Trinidad, and they say he is the richest pastor in Trinidad and Tobago. But he's also wealthy in knowledge and his advocacy. And that's what this nation recognizes in Pastor Clive Dottin. So we will hold back Pandit Anirudh for one more speech, one more reflection. And may I ask kindly Loretta Khan to please come and share her thoughts. Is Loretta here with us? Okay. Hopefully Loretta will show up at some stage before we end. But I'm hearing the flute. And I believe the flautist is the son of the late Leela Maharaj. And who am I to prevent such lovely music from filling your air and your hearts?
मेरी अमर कर दो। सूनापन मेरे तन्हा मन में, आकाश का सूनापन मेरे तन्हा मन में, पायल छनकाती तुम आ जाओ जीवन में, सांसें देकर अपनी संगीत अमर कर दो, संगीत अमर कर दो, मेरा गीत अमर कर दो, से छू लो मेरा गीत अमर कर दो। जग ने छीना मुझसे मुझ जो भी लगा प्यारा, जग ने छीना मुझसे मुझ जो भी लगा प्यारा, सब जीत किए मुझसे मैं हरदम ही हारा, तुम हार के दिन तुम मेरे जीत अमर कर दो, से छू मेरा गीत अमर कर दो, बन जाओ गीत मेरे गीत अमर कर दो, से छू मेरा गीत अमर कर दो, मेरा गीत अमर कर दो, मेरा गीत अमर कर दो।
I believe very sincerely that we can do better than that for Pandit Anirudh singing. Come on, let's pay tribute to the talent that we have on the stage this afternoon. Bali Ram just came to me, so proud, a father, and he said, don't forget to remind the audience that that fella playing the flute is my son, eh? And he's not only a musician for Trinidad and Tobago, he is California-based. So he plays music for the Americans and for the world. And Bali also told me that there is one lady who is among us with whom Leela and himself have shared an unblemished relationship for a long time. So long and so entrenched is the relationship. Bali says, I believe it goes back some 90 years, 90. Now, there's only one person who can verify that, one person who can say yea or nay, and that friend is Camille. So why?
Uncle? Where is Uncle? There's Uncle Bali. We are here. Thank you so very much. Well, perhaps 90 years in spirit. So I just wanted to say to all, Uncle Navin, Ishi, who is not here, that the Maharaj family, they were very, very endearing to the Chiawai family, as well as to the Jagannaths when they would do these famous cruises together. And the one thing that truly arrested me about Auntie Leela was her gentle yet firm, that gentle smile of hers that just reflected such grace and wonderment. And I know that when moments were tough and there could be challenges, Auntie would just persevere and did not complain. And so I only ask God, as Auntie now rests in peace, that He too bring to us this wonderful grace that Auntie had, and may we, through her, continue this legacy of grace. May her soul rest in peace. Amen.
Thank you very much. I want to make an observation, if I may, and that is, I find it somewhat a little disturbing to be coming up here so often and disturbing the flow of this beautiful music that we are getting from the stage. So I would like to propose the next half hour or so, with the concurrence of the musicians, that we give them half hour to play to their heart's delight and to entertain us in the name of Leela Maharaj. But before I do that, I want to kindly ask Kumar to please come and propose a vote of thanks for this little session that we've had here this afternoon. Please welcome senior member of the family, Kumar Maharaj.
Sitaram, I could do better than that, otherwise I will walk on the stage. I am no Bali, you know. This is Kumar Maharaj. Good.
All right, good.
And I just want to correct something by Gideon there. Senior but junior to Bali, by 5 years. So let me correct that one also. G1, you know that, eh? So the first thing, I really want to thank every one of you here for coming to this year. This is almost 6 months of planning to put this together. And every time we reach close, there was a problem. And I want to thank my wife, and Bali didn't do it, because she put half of this together, and Kumar put 45% of the others together. You see in this place here, I bought this place, and I dipped my hand in my pocket to fix this place. And she paid Malu for this, $22,000. So I want to thank my wife for doing this for Bali. On behalf of Bali, we want to thank Malu. And Malu, I haven't heard a bad word about the food. Everybody very, very happy with the food. Maybe you could have given me a better discount. But we will work it out afterwards, and maybe a little corridor, please make a good corridor. I want to thank everybody who were involved in this. Bindra was involved, Sati was involved a little bit. I know, whenever she husband feeling sick, she does feel it too. That is love. You understand? And today, we have some Venezuelans here who clean and do everything. We have the security who are here. I have Dexter who is here cleaning. and he was transporting you all from there to here to inside. And if I forget anybody, I really want to tell them thanks in a way. But before I give you the final, I want to share something here with you that came in my email, and I think it's extremely fitting. While I'm hearing everybody talking about Bali and Bali and Bali, so the focus moved from Leela to Bali. All you can imagine what's going on there. The focus started to move now. And this here, what I have here, what I will read for you all here, these are some of the last words of Lata Mangeshkar when she was in hospital. Extremely, extremely meaningful. There is nothing in this world more real than death. The most expensive branded car in the world stands in my garage, but I get taken in a wheelchair. That's when she was in the hospital. All kinds of designs and colors in this world, expensive clothes, expensive shoes, expensive products are all in my house. But I'm in the small gong provided by the hospital. I have a lot of money in my bank account, but nothing is of use to me. My house is like a castle to me, but I am lying in a small bed in the hospital. I kept traveling to 5-star hotels all over the world, but now I'm transferred from one lab to another in the hospital. Once I had almost 7 hairdressers doing my hair daily, but today I have almost no hair on my head. I have been dining at many types of high-star hotels around the world, but today 2 pills a day and a drop of salt at night is my diet. I was flying around the world in different planes, but today 2 people helped me to get a hospital porch. No amenities helped me. Not comforting in any way. No money, no education, nothing can help me at this point in time in my life. But the faces of some loved ones, their prayers and their worship keeps me alive. This is life. No matter what you own, at the end, you go empty-handed. Be kind, help anyone. Ek din hame bujana hai. I come with nothing and I leave with nothing. Avoid valuing people for their wealth and power. Love good human beings. Treasure the ones who are there for you. Don't hurt. Don't hurt anyone. Be good, do good. Only that will go with you. The message here is that we come with nothing. We will leave this world with nothing. All we can leave in is that when you are in that box here, that was a good man, that was a good woman, or that was a bitch, or that was a jammit. That's all you can carry with you. So my dear people, on behalf of the family up here, I want to thank each and every one of you for somehow contributing to the success that this occasion here. And I want to thank you on behalf of Umela. Umela put a lot of the things together, so thank you again. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
I think
Oh,
संभावती देख जमाना कलयुग आवारे संभावती अरे सोने चांदे दिखे भाव सोने चांदे दिखे भाव सोना भावती हमरे छप्पर छप्पर चनिया कैसे सपने न हमरे छप्पर छप्पर चनिया कैसे सपने ओ मोरे बारी धनिया मोरे बारी धनिया मोरे बारी धनिया मोरे बारी धनिया हो गोरिया मारो ना नजरिया हो जियरा लहर लोट हो जाए हो जियरा लहर लोट हो जाए जियरा लहर लोट हो जाए हो जियरा लहर लोट हो जाए जियरा लहर लोट हो जाए हो गोरिया मारो ना नजरिया हो जियरा लहर लोट हो जाए हो गोरिया मारो ना नजरिया हो जियरा लहर लोट हो जाए कलयुग आवारे संभावती देख जमाना कलयुग आवारे संभावती अरे चांदे दिखे सोना भावती हमरे छप्पर छप्पर छनिया कैसे सपने न हमरे छप्पर छप्पर छनिया कैसे सपने ओ मोरे बारी धनिया मोरे बारी धनिया ओ मोरे बारी धनिया मोरे बारी धनिया ओ फिर आई सोने के गहनुआ हो जियारा लहर लोट हो जाए ओ गोरिया मारो ना नजरिया हो जियारा लहर लोट हो जाए ओ जियारा लहर लोट हो जाए जियारा लहर लोट हो जाए ओ जियारा लहर लोट हो जाए जियारा लहर लोट हो जाए ओ गोरिया मारो ना नजरिया हो जियारा लहर लोट हो जाए ओ जियारा ना नजरिया हो जियारा लहर लोट हो जाए ओ गोरिया मारो ना नजरिया हो जियारा लहर लोट हो जाए
After we done this last song? D major. D major. Contract. मेरा बोला. D major.
बोले 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 महादेवा शंभो जय शंकर सबना दारत वाला शिव जी डमरुआ वाला जी डमरुआ वाला ऊपर कैलाश रहना भोलेनाथ जी दुनिया जो करना शिव जी बापिया जो मार दाजी बापिया जो मार
sing one for mom?
Yeah. I don't mind at all, man. I'm tired, boy.
What's that? Nah, it's alright.
I'm tired, so I'm tired, so you have to forgive me.
What's that?
I said I'm tired.
No, I tired too. I don't push out more than.
Charles, look here. Boys, let me go eat something. Charles, want to go eat something?